Saturday afternoon in Hoboken, Georgia. Father and son prepare for a small town's monthly rite of passage, building a hollow square and a Hoboken way of life through the music known as Sacred Harp.
I was raised here in Hoboken. Spent my life here, and I've raised my family here as well. Right here where our family's been for several generations, as a matter of fact. We all live down a lot of dirt roads, and we know each other and have known each other for a long time. I've got a lot of family that were born here. I've got a lot of family that is buried here. We were raised in these woods around here and scratched out our livelihood here. Sacred Harp music is the very fabric of our family. This is something that goes way, way back, because it's been here for this 150 years, and it's at the very core of who we are.
Located in southeast Georgia, Hoboken's Sacred Harp roots run centuries deep. A cappella echoing from Europe all the way to 18th century America.
It came through the New England states as a social function where people would meet to create music together. It came down south and it found a home here in Hoboken among primarily primitive Baptist people that did not use musical instruments, and this music spoke to something inside of them, and it gave them an opportunity to share some time together that was important. There was a time in this Hoboken area when there wouldn't have been a house you could have gone into that you wouldn't have found the Sacred Harp book. It was everywhere. I never remember my granddaddy Frank leaving our house when I was growing up, when he didn't leave singing. Often sitting around the fireplace, my daddy would get the book out and want to sing. Many times when I woke up in the morning early to get ready to go to school, I would hear Mama singing in the kitchen, getting breakfast ready. It's been a part of everybody's life down here from beginning to end.
Sacred Harp, or shape note music, is built around 4 simple shapes of notation, designed to make text easy to follow for the musically untrained, on all sides of the square.
Each side of that square carries a different voice part. The biggest section typically is what we call the tenor section, and that's where the men and women sing the lead of the song. Immediately to their right, facing the center of the square, is where the treble section sits. Immediately to the left is where the bass section sits. And directly across from the tenor is where the alto section sits. In the middle of the square is where each of the people comes one at a time that we know would like to get up and lead a song. And then the group will sing that song, and then that person leaves the square, and the next person that was called comes to the middle.
And perhaps no leader has meant more to this Hoboken tradition than David Lee. A man who weaves the threads of his family fabric, knitting a timepiece for all. Once a month, this modest farmer opens the hollow square to a non-denominational Sacred Harp gathering, always mindful of time's persistent threat.
People had started to drift away at one time, not too many years ago, because as influences come in from outside, televisions and entertainment of all kinds, our young people begin to lose connection with it, and there was less and less people singing it. And I just was not able to rest with that. I wasn't able to turn it loose.
Boy, y'all sound good tonight.
My cousin, Clark Lee, told me at one point, he said, I feel like I have to give up, that I don't see any way it can go on. And I asked him, I said, I want to just try. I said, I have to. Will you help me if I try? And he said, of course I'll help you.
In the mid-90s, the music and a centuries-old tradition began to fade. Streets that once echoed with sacred harp harmonies fell silent. Then, something amazing happened. Sacred harp music found its way to the internet. Technology, once feared a distraction, brought new life. There were bootleg recordings, message boards, and a sacred harp resurgence. The music that shaped a small community captured a nationwide following. Hoboken's annual all-day sing now attracts visitors from 20 states and 2 countries, doubling Hoboken's population for a day. From California to England, the gathering, like the music, a celebration of harmony.
This music that we sing is part of the way that we love each other. And that's why this music has been so important to us, because it gives us a format for loving each other. If you put 100 people in a room and they were all trying to tell each other they loved each other, it would sound like just a gaggle going on. But when they sing together, they create something that's beautiful, and they're passing the same message.
A farmer and a new grandfather, David has worked the fields of Hoboken for decades.
We're back now.
And just as a bountiful crop sustains those it feeds, the melodies of sacred harp music nurture his passion to preserve it. Keeping his voice and heart in tune for the next generation.
This music we sing with each other at baptisms when we go to the river to baptize another one of our family members into our belief. We've sung this music when we've put our family members away. That's how we comfort each other. That's how we share our joys with each other. I'm thankful to be included in such a group as this Sacred Heart group that we have down here. I do feel a burden and a call to share this music as much as I can with my current generation and with generations to come. And I hope that I will continue to be here right on down to the last day I draw breath on this earth. I hope I'll be part of it. That's important to me.